Here's a major concert announcement brought to you by the Metal Hand of God podcast.
The unforgettable sound of the Raconteurs. A little blues, a lot of rock and roll, live at the Fillmore.
Right on.
What will you do now that you're
Bringing together the
gone?
talents of Brendan Benson, Patrick Keeler,
Under somebody new, well that didn't take long.
Jack Lawrence, and the unmistakable Jack White.
And where you gonna go? Not that I care.
November 7th, at the Fillmore.
And who can you trust now that I'm not there?
The Raconteurs. Time to get those tickets at thefillmorenola.com, livenation.com, or the MHOGpodcast.com. Go to the links. It'll take you straight to ticket sales. The Raconteurs, live at the Fillmore. Don't delay. Get those tickets now. November 7th, at the Fillmore. Always a great way to spend the evening at the Fillmore. Great music, all year long. Don't forget to get those tickets at fillmorenola.com, livenation.com, or the MHOGpodcast.com. Go to the links, it'll take you to ticket sales. The Raconteurs, live, on stage. November 7th, we'll see you there. Come hang out with the cool kids at the Fillmore. It's always rocking at the Fillmore. MHOG Podcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another wacky, wild, crazy episode of the Metal Hand of God podcast. Yeah.
Really? That's what you're going with?
I am.
Okay.
I'm going with that. I don't know why. I just thought it would be like super anti like radio voice guy. I'm your host Wayne, and welcome back, guys. And with me, as always, is the magnificent, the lovely, the smells like fruit and cupcakes.
I'm the Rum Guy.
Ooh, yeah. You heard how he said that? All sultry and cupcakey.
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 We're gonna coin that term right there.
Yes.
Coin that phrase.
Rum the cupcakey man.
That's it.
In fact, that's the name of this episode. Rum the cupcakey man.
I'm like buttercream. It's so good.
Ooh, yeah, whipped cream and stuff. You know, in fact, my son he's a huge fan of whipped cream now. Caitlin decided that that'd be a good idea to get pumpkin pie and put some whipped cream on it, and all he wanted to eat was the fucking whipped cream.
That's a smart kid.
Yeah, I agree because that's my favorite part of it too. Because pumpkin pie tastes like asshole. But anyway. I'm not a fan
of pumpkin then, huh?
No, I mean I like pumpkin. I like pumpkin seeds. I like pumpkin and things.
But,
I'm not a fan of that pumpkin pie. I think it's the consistency.
Oh, see, I like pumpkin pie, but if your pumpkin pie tastes like asshole, you're making it wrong.
I'm using the wrong ingredients, right?
Wrong ingredients.
But you know what I mean. I'm just saying.
1/4 cup of poo.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't go in the pie.
No. I prefer sweet potato over the pumpkin.
Now, see, I'm not a fan of sweet potato. Never have been.
Really? Well, see,
No.
growing up, my mom, when you have lack of money, for something, we go to the store and you buy like 4 big ass sweet potatoes and you bake those, and that was a pretty good dinner. Not bad.
Yeah. We used to do that.
Yeah.
But we use regular potatoes, not sweet potatoes.
Right. We did both, but you know what I'm saying. It was just kind of one of those things. So I got kind of hooked on that stuff, and I like sweet potato.
That's good.
A
That's
pumpkin.
good. Everybody else around me seems to like sweet potato, but I just
I
can't
think,
get-
honestly, I think, yeah, because you're, it's like a southern thing, is sweet potato, and I think pumpkin is more of a northern thing.
I could kind of see that.
You see what I mean? You know what I mean? I know it's all
it's
national,
regional.
but I know it's all around the world. But I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, I think that's where they came from. Sweet potato was one area.
Sure.
Sweet potato is fine, and with us, and then you guys had the pumpkin.
Great. Now I'm hungry. Thanks.
And all the other disgusting food. Anyway, yeah, no problem. Fucking northern people don't know how to cook.
Oh, that's all we know how to do is cook. We're so good.
Lies. You didn't know what butter was till you moved to the South. Anyway.
Oh.
Oh man.
I didn't know what heart disease was till I moved to the South.
Ain't that the fucking truth? Anyway, so what's up, man? What's going on?
I had a crazy night.
I know you did.
We ended up bartending a wedding last night, and it was good. It was a very country wedding, and I mean country wedding. This was very country. It was set at a plantation.
I thought you were going to say very country, like they were siblings.
No. Super nice people though. The bar was inside a converted tobacco barn.
Now that's fucking cool. Because when you sent me the picture, the last picture you sent me, I sat there and looked at it and going, is he laying on the fucking floor?
No, I was up against the wall.
Because I was like, did he fall? I don't understand what's going on in this picture. I did laugh a lot though.
It was good. Give you a rundown of how real quick. It was very, very cute. It was like a wedding you would see in kind of like a Hallmark movie. It was done so well, very, very nice couple. There's probably about 100, that was a big wedding. About 170 people were there.
I thought you were going to say they were 170 years old. That's funny.
And then there was another barn, like a big barn, right? And that's where the dining and everything and the dancing happened.
Right, the actual reception.
Yeah. And then the main plantation house is where the bride and groom and everybody got changed and ready, and then they came out, But the bride arrived around the property. Her dad drove her around the property in this beautiful 1955 black and white Chevy.
Wow.
It was really, really cool.
And Rum was sitting there with a fucking heart on.
Oh, man, that was a beautiful car. But what was funny about it was before she showed up, everybody, they're bringing everybody down the aisle. There were pews and stuff set out outside behind the barn. And then they had these two really nice antique sofas, like the Queen Anne style, very fancy.
Right,
like Victorian couches, one for the groom's side, one for the bride's side. Well, anyway, they're bringing the bridesmaids down. The groom's already up at the altar at this point, waiting for the bride. And then all of a sudden, there's no bride. And we're like, okay. And about 5 minutes passed, and it's like, okay, now everybody's like, where the hell is the bride? Did she do a runner? And then in the distance, in the far distance, you heard this. They couldn't get the damn car started.
No, that sucks.
So finally, they get the car started, and the Chevy comes around, and it's putting because it's something's wrong with it. I think he doesn't drive it enough, so it was full of carbon. They needed to blow the carbon out of the carburetor.
Right.
And the bride gets out of the car in this beautiful handmade Irish lace dress, beautiful wedding gown. Gets out of this car, closes the door, the car stalls. Now we got to move the car, don't we? So now the car's sitting there with the bride, and she's just kind of smiling and grinning. Good thing these were very laid back people, and everybody's they're all kind of chuckling. And the car's like, rang, 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 rang. So the dad gets out, and he's like, he's getting ready to swear. I mean, he's purple mad.
I'm sure he's pissed off.
And then all of a sudden, he pops the hood real quick, looks at it, and another guy yells at him, older guy in the audience, said, "What happened if it was a Ford?"
Ah, come on.
And the guy, he was like, "Shut up, Clint."
That's fucking great, dude.
And he closed the hood down and he turns the car back over, and all of a sudden, this gigantic black cloud of smoke goes over top of the crowd.
Oh God, that's amazing.
It was great, but everybody had a good time. And when the bride and
Good.
groom left, they had the 4th of July sparklers.
Yeah.
It was such a cool sight to see. Like 170 some people holding sparklers as the bride and groom walked through.
Fire.
Yeah, it was so freaking cool. But it was a beautiful night. There were horses everywhere. It was just a really nice thing. But man, these people could drink, dude. Boy, they drank.
Well,
But they didn't drink some quality stuff either. They drank crap. They drank Michelob Ultra and Natty Light.
Natty Light.
Natural Light, yeah.
Wow,
man.
dude, that's like horse piss in a bottle.
Oh, it was awful crap. But all the beer was in bathtubs.
Nice.
And we're pouring wine but really it was a fun night.
Was
just
the
a
wine
long
in a
night.
box?
No, wine. The bottles of wine came in a box, but no, it was not box wine. No. But they had 18 cases of wine. It's a lot of wine.
And how many did you drink?
I didn't drink anything last night. I just drank water just to try to keep hydrated.
I don't believe that, because those pictures that you sent me sure look like Rum was partaking in some one for you, two for me.
I'm trying to keep the drunks happy, so
I completely understand.
yeah, you got to play the role with the drunks, right? So you just keep going. So
Right, you just hang out with them. It's cool.
Yeah.
I understand.
then
What do you guys want? You want this is some shitty beer.
they were afraid to go in and start dancing. There was like 80 some wallflowers staring at like two people on the dance floor.
Oh, that sucks.
So I had to go up and tell the mother of the bride something. So I walk in the bar, and because there was nothing else going on, the DJ looked at me and said, "And here's the bartender." And so threw a spotlight on me, and I'm like, "All right, let's just bust a move, man." So I'm dancing. And all of a sudden, here comes the bridesmaids. They're dancing. Everybody's dancing. And all of a sudden, it turned into like this big festival. I'm like, awesome. Just took a bartender to get everybody to dance. That's great. So I'm like,
That is beautiful.
yeah. And then I got up to the front, and he says, "All right, bartender, do your signature move." And I turned. I don't know why. I do not know why this was the first thing that came across my mind. Was I turned around and just started, I don't know, like shimmying. He goes, "What in the world do you call that?" I said, "I'm twerking, God damn it."
Oh my God.
And everybody bust out laughing, and it was a good time. After that, everybody danced and had a good time. So,
Well, that's good. At least you loosened them up, man. Not only did you get
Yeah.
them drunk, but you went out there and you danced with them.
yeah, I danced with them, and I got to show off my twerking skills.
Which sounds really fucking horrible, by the way. I'm serious. It sounds terrible.
Basically, it was just me trying to squeeze my butt cheeks together. Is all I didn't know what to do. I'm not a twerker,
Yeah,
I mean, I did win the Croatian twerking championship, but I mean,
That's
as
not
far as
saying
that
much.
goes, that's not saying much.
No. Well, that's really cool, man. That sounds like a really good time. I something, you know what I did yesterday?
What?
I worked.
Oh, that's a good time.
Then I had to go to a 82-year-old black man's house who's married to a English woman with Dr. Joe, the magician, to put their dog to sleep.
Well, that's a horrible trip. dude.
Wait, hold on.
Did he do it? Did he do it magically?
No, wait. The 82-year-old black man is a blues musician by the
Nice.
name of Rooster. And it was very cool to meet him. Very, very talented man. Should you check him out? I think honestly, I think the name of his band is Rooster and the Chicken Hawks.
Oh, awesome. I'll check him out.
Good shit, man. He knew B.B. King.
Nice.
Man's
Man's got stories.
Yeah, he does. And I was talking to him a little bit, and Dr. Joe told me that he's friends with Dr. Joe through, the magic show and the bar and stuff that we dealt with and stuff in the quarter. And he was telling Dr. Joe that his turning point in his career was they were packed up and getting ready to go to Vegas when he was younger. Like this was this is his big deal.
Sure.
He even had a guitar that BB King actually gave to him.
Wow.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah, and he was getting ready. They were packed up, and then the next morning when they got up to leave, someone had broken into their truck and stole all of their equipment, including that guitar.
Oh, that sucks ass.
And he never went to Vegas after that, and that's he says that point was probably going to be the point what made him a little bit more famous than what he is, and that would have probably been the turning point of his life, and he could have been famous, but some asshole had to steal all his shit.
That sucks.
Is that not is that crazy, man? Like this one incident caused this poor man to like lose his whole fucking thing. Because back then, I mean, he's 82, so back then he was younger, so he had to be in his 20s. So it was a lot harder for him to do what he had to do, back then than it would be now.
No, it's funny that you bring that this up because that reminds me of a. Did you ever watch? There was a southern version of Pawn Stars.
Yeah, sort of. I think I remember that show, like Cajun something.
Yes, and okay. Now I'm bringing this up for a specific reason. On that show, there was a guy who brought in a BB King. He was claiming to have one of BB King's guitars.
Huh.
And he was like, well, how did you get this guitar? He said, well, it had this big crazy story about it being given to him by a guy who is said to have stole it from a musician.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
So if he could find that episode, and if they still have that guitar, he has proof that he might be able to get his damn guitar back. That'd be awesome if he could
so
do that.
crazy, dude. Like,
yeah, because it's funny because I was going through, they show repeats of stuff all the time on TV, and I ended up having it on. I was watching a lot of the car shows and stuff, like the counting cars and crap like that they got on cable. And I turned to another station, and it was that pawning, that repeat of that pawn shop show. And I was like, oh, I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of that, and I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Because when I hear stolen guitars, I always think about Stevie Ray Vaughan's stolen guitar.
Yeah.
That's the fun. But it's like, wow. And then you brought that up. I was like, wouldn't that be fucking cool if that was the guitar and he could get that back? It'd be so cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up, dude. I'm gonna have to tell that man about that shit. Maybe that would be kind of neat if it really was the same guitar.
Yeah. Very, very cool. But yeah, man, that's it sounds like a nice man to meet, but a depressing way to meet him.
Yeah, it was a shitty way to meet the man, but yeah, it was very, very cool to meet the guy because I'd love to if there's any way possible to get him on this show, to have him on and talk to him about his experiences and stuff. That would be fucking incredible because we're all about music on this show. We love between you and I. We listen to many things, and blues is one of my favorite genres of music.
Love blues music, yeah.
And just to have that man on here to talk about his everything stuff, and he's 82 and he still plays today. Like he still goes out and does gigs, dude.
Well, if he doesn't want to do the show like this, maybe he would be a great candidate for another one of our the written interviews.
That's true. I didn't think about that. We could do that too. That's pretty awesome.
We could have some nice questions for him. I would love to hear some of his stories. Have him write it down because those gentlemen and ladies, don't get me wrong, they're getting up there, and these are stories that should be preserved, and people should hear these stories.
Yeah, I say that all the time to my grandfather-in-law. He used to work for WWOZ out here, the radio station, which is like a big local station, and he knew all these huge, famous New Orleans musicians. Like they would come in and just hang out. Like my mother-in-law as a child, would sleep on the couch in the radio station downtown. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah,
it's the stories that he has. But he's like, look, man, I was never like a big somebody at that place. I said, I don't care. I'm not looking for you to be the big somebody. I'm just looking at you to keep the stories alive. I want you to come on the show and talk to us about your experiences and how cool, those years were at that radio station. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing we could do that might be really, really cool, because again, older people and technology are they don't usually go hand in hand too well.
Right.
But it would be very cool to, like him and like this other gentleman too. You could do that. Be a nice segment to get like living history stories, and just take a recorder and sit down with them and say, "Tell me the story."
That's exactly what I told him I would do. I said, look, I'll bring my computer over there. We'll set up things. I mean, you can sit down, just you and I, and we can tell story by story. And then we can record those, and I can do them in spaces, and we can do like segments. And he's thinking about it. Like,
I think that little, if you go on to Musician's Friend, man, I'm serious. They've got those handheld podcast recorders.
I've seen them.
Decibel, they look like decibel readers.
Yeah. Kyle's got one, or he has one somewhere.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing, and that'd be a great way. I would be all up for it. I think a lot of people listening would love to hear some of these stories from these ladies and gentlemen. That
right. I mean, he's telling us. He's telling me stuff about these musicians and like just like Louis Prima, Louis Prima, and like stuff. People that would just come into the studio and like they would just jam in the studio, which would be crazy. Like the Neville brothers would just show up, and just like, hey, how's y'all doing? Just hanging out, and all these super famous old school musicians would just show up at this radio station and just play, and it was just. He said it was really cool, and I'm just like, man, why don't you come and do these little segments with me? It'd be really fun. And he's like, let me think about it. I said, all right, don't think too long, man.
Yeah, you're not gonna be around too long.
Yeah, I hate to say that, but I mean, he's not that old. He's late.
That's all right then.
Late 60s, 70s, somewhere.
Oh yeah, he's got time.
So, but yeah, there's that. And speaking of Dr. Joe, here we go. I'm gonna send you guys out with we're gonna do a little commercial here for the Halloween stuff we do and the magic show we put on. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's every Thursday at St. Christopher Hotel in New Orleans. So if you guys want to come out and check it out, here's the Magic in New Orleans.
Welcome to the mystical and whimsical side of New Orleans. Let Dr. Joe Dalgo's elegant magic embrace you, giving you a peek into the haunted, shining a light into the side of the city where the vampires reside, and letting you see into the world of the voodoo culture, the history of New Orleans.
Hey, Cousin Ray! You ready for a new Bayou.com?
Ready when you are, Cousin Ray.
All right.
That's right, whether you're a local or just visiting this beautiful city, you've got to check out Dr. Joe Dalgo's Spirits of New Orleans Magic Show. He's been performing magic for over 45 years, and he gives you a true sense of New Orleans culture and history. It's an amazing show and good for the whole family, so please check him out. And don't forget to check out the website at www.crescentcityconjuring.com. That's www.crescentcityconjuring.com. So that's right, Spirits of New Orleans Magic Show with Dr. Joe Dalgo. See what the city been talking about. You're gonna like it. I guarantee.
So yeah, there you go, guys. If you guys want to come out and see some really cool magic, the next few shows we're doing, we're gonna do the spooky show, the haunted show, which is the Spirits of New Orleans, which is a lot of ghost stories and things like that. So that's this month. We're doing every Thursday. So come out.
It must take a lot of research for Dr. Joe to do all that stuff.
It does. The show itself, we've been working together on for over 6 years.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
He's been doing magic for such a long time.
Yeah, 40 years, something like that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Speaking of years and weddings and all that good stuff, today is October 13th, which is not the date that we're releasing this, but today is October 13th. And today is my anniversary. Me and Caitlin made 2 years today, married, and we've been together for 5. So that's pretty good.
Man.
Not doing too bad. Actually, today is another anniversary of sorts. Today is the 2-year anniversary of the last time I saw Rum.
Is it? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's been 2 years.
I know, man. It's been a while, dude. It's crazy,
Oh.
crazy shit.
We're
But
supposed to
yeah,
get together soon.
yeah, we do. You think? But no, man. Today is the anniversary. I'm happy, excited. Finally made a number 2 mark today, which is good.
Mm-hmm. It's always good to. You always feel good when you do a number 2.
Exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking. We're not doing too much because we're saving up to go to the Disney trip, so we're not really going crazy. I bought her some flowers and a couple cards, just to be nice. And she surprised me with a Funko Pop that I've been wanting. It was in the mail yesterday.
Nice.
Got a Jay and Silent Bob 2-pack.
Oh, fun.
From New York Comic Con, which is the Blunt Man and Chronic exclusive, which is pretty fucking awesome. So that was really cool to have.
Neat.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I mean,
it's going to be a good trip for you, but man, how do you like how expensive it is now to go to Disney World?
it's utterly ridiculous. Like,
It's crazy.
I mean, I just per day. If you buy tickets per day just to go to Disney, it's $100 each. And that's not counting. Like, you would think the kids would be like 50, right? No, it's 100 for them too. And I'm going, well, he's half the size. He can barely ride half the shit, but it's still $100 for him. So it's $300 a day just to get in. That's not considering if you're going to eat there or if you buy a bunch of their garbage, all that stuff.
Well, you definitely, you're in the park. You're gonna eat something, and drink something at the
Right.
park.
And then your water bottles are probably like $6, some fucking stupid shit, man. And I'm just like, guys, how about you do it like this? Look, this is a weird thing. If you pay $100 to get in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the food and things inside should be lower.
You would think.
You know what I'm saying? Like, give people incentive to buy the stuff in your amusement park. Like,
Okay,
that's my thoughts.
One of the number one things one of the best things to do at the amusement park, if you want a snack, and it's one of the cheapest things to get at the park, is fruit.
Really?
It's usually.
I know
if
they do
you wanna-
the fresh fruit stuff because last time we were there, when we did our day trip, when we ran out there real quick for a day, we got some grapes for my son to eat, and that was awesome. It was really cheap. It was like $3-4, and we got a big old thing of grapes. So that was cool.
And like if you get like the oranges, how big those Florida oranges is.
Yeah.
A big fan. Yeah, they're $1 a piece. Apples are $1. For a quick snack, especially for kids or something, and
Right.
you're walking around a park and the kids are hungry all the time anyway. It's like, ooh, and the fruit's nice and cold and it's so hot outside and it's.
Yeah, it's a good treat, and it's healthy for them. Instead of like, oh, look, here's a bag of fucking $6 M&Ms.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody wants to eat the candy. Everybody wants. That's my thing. Is I like to go to and there's so many new restaurants in the park too.
Yeah.
New places to eat. And then you guys got to do the research ahead.
Dude,
I would, to find which one you want to go to ahead of time.
we're doing breakfast with Mickey.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah.
Because it's also, my nephew is going with us, and it's also his birthday.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
So we're doing that. $150, dude.
I know. I had breakfast with Mickey, and I was in my 20s.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'll go put a fucking paper mask on and walk around and go, hey, whatever you want me to do. But god damn,
You're not the real Mickey.
neither is that nigga, so I don't want to hear that. That motherfucker ain't no damn real Mickey Mouse.
He is a real Mickey Mouse. He's got the costume to prove it.
Bullshit.
But Yeah, man, that's pricey. Anything you want to do at the parks is expensive, but
Yeah,
it does make for a nice trip and a really incredibly large credit card bill when you get home.
yeah, but whatever, man. It's for the kids really and my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to enjoy it too a little bit, man. It's kind of fun, you know. You at least you know what's cool with you at this point in your life too is you get you not everybody gets to do this, you know. You get to be the dad at the park. You're dad, you know, and everybody, you know, those kids are looking you're a dad now. So your son and that's kind of fun because you're like you know, you're the dude, you know. You're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this, but you get to play the dad role, which is kind of a unique thing. I'll never get to do, so that's kind of fun. You take the kids to the park. I wanted to take my niece to the Disney park, you know, and you know, I thought that'd be kind of cool, but then I thought about it and went, I don't know, she's not old enough yet, you know, and
Still kind of, yeah.
you know, I think she's old enough now. I think she'd enjoy it. We just got to. I think maybe by 2020 or something, maybe it'd be a good year to, you know, take her down and get her to go to Disney World and stuff like that. She has never been, and I think it'd be a fun trip. Because it is cool to see the kids' expressions when they're running around and doing stuff, and you know, everything's exciting. And
Of course. You know, like when we went the first time, he was so amazed by everything, you know, but he was still very little.
Sure,
Very
I mean,
little.
you buy him something, he'd rather have the packaging than what you bought him, you know.
Right now, it'll be a little more exciting because he'll get to see, you know, ooh, I remember this, I remember that. I mean, he remembers stuff from Disney when we went.
Mhm. That's cool.
And he wants to ride the Tower of Terror.
Wow, I don't know if he'll be able to.
I don't know yet either. I mean, he's tall enough.
Well, you know, it's not the Tower of Terror anymore.
It's still there. It's still the Tower of Terror right now.
Is it because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be Guardians of the Galaxy?
It's soon.
Okay, 'cause I figured it'd be closed down to do it up by now.
No, I don't think they've done it yet. I think it's still the Tower of Terror. I hope it is because he's been saying I really want to ride the Tower of Terror, Dad. So I was like, okay.
Because that's over at what used to be MGM.
Right, which is Hollywood Studios now.
Hollywood Studios.
Which
right.
we're going because that's where Star Wars is.
Right.
Yeah.
So
He's
gonna love that.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about that, dude. It's gonna be fucking incredible.
And remember what we learned from Adam: don't touch Vader's helmet.
I wasn't planning on touching Vader's helmet. But that wasn't even. He did that not even at the new park. He did that when it was fucking still the little section of Star Wars, and he got fussed at.
Yeah,
that's so funny. That's so funny. But no, man, yeah, like so. I think it'll be fun. We get to experience Toy Story Land because we never did that yet, so that'll be fun. And then we get to go see the new Star Wars stuff, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, I saw the behind the scenes of the ride. Man, it looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, I know, dude. I'm pumped.
I think one of the best the ride's great, but one of the best parts, and Disney does this so great, is, it sounds boring, but standing in line, moving through the line, there's so much to see, and there's so much interacting with you.
Right.
That it doesn't really feel like you're standing in line. So you're already creating the world before you get into the ride.
Honestly, man, I could just go stand in the middle of the whole world area that they're at and just sit there and look at everything. I could care less about any of the other stuff.
It takes some good pictures and stuff. I think that'd be great. You know.
Oh, we will, because Caitlin's definitely bringing her camera, and we're gonna do some cool shit. So it'll be fun. And I'm actually gonna maybe I'll record a little segment here and there.
That'd be great.
While I'm walking through the parks and stuff, on my phone.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That would be awesome.
And I do think, I'm not sure because I haven't confirmed with him yet, but I think the last day we're there, I think Adam is coming out to go to Universal with me.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
So I think that's the trip, man. So it'll be all right.
That will be fun, man.
But on that note, we got another commercial coming our way. Speaking of stuff that you can buy and collect and be silly.
Yep, here we go.
What is it?
It's North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles.
See? Rum, say it with more emphasis.
It's pop culture.
Yeah! Here you go, guys. This is the commercial.
An amazing store has opened up in Slidell, Louisiana. Are you a Funko Pop collector?
Yeah, I am.
Then this is the store for you. Funko Pop, 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 pop.
Can't believe it. It's so exciting. Hey man, don't leave me hanging like this.
That's right, North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles specializing in all things Funko.
This is amazing. I've been waiting on a store like this for a long time.
Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, no matter what it is, if it's Funko, they've got you covered.
I'm always looking for that rare piece to flesh out my collection.
So groove on down to North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles, specializing in all things Funko. Located at 1394 Corporate Square Boulevard, Slidell, Louisiana, 70458, or call 985-265-4279. They're waiting for you. Everything you need Funko is right there. So it's Funko. It's pop culture. North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles. See you there. Hey, what the Funko are you waiting for? Get out to Slidell, Louisiana. North Shore Pop Culture Collectibles.
This is great. I'm telling everybody I know.
You can collect them all. Each sold separately.
So, yeah. And I didn't have to buy my pop at the North Shore Pop Culture shop. Like, damn, I'm just stumbling all over myself today. Because my wife got it for me. I don't know where she got it. I think she actually won it.
Well, that's very cool, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but like they do these things online in like the pop groups where they call them waffles, and it's not the tasty breakfast.
Right, I assumed not.
It's kind of like a raffle, but what they do is they you pay for a spot, and then they draw your name, and if your name is drawn, you win the prize basically. So. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's a good way to get rid of extra pops that you have, and it's a good way to make some extra money on it. But it's also a good way to get the ones that you want that are very expensive.
Oh, that's very cool.
I mean, they vary in prices. Like the super expensive ones, like the ones that are like $500-$600. People, like the slots are anywhere between $25 and $75 to get in.
Okay.
So what they do is they do with these things called minis, where you can buy like multiple spots for like $5 a piece or $2 a piece, and then they draw your name, and then you get put in the main one. That's expensive. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like you pay to get a drawing to get a chance to win the big prize.
Gotcha.
But no, they're cool, man. I've won a couple. Caitlin's extremely lucky. She wins like every time she plays. It doesn't matter what she's going after, she'll win it. That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that type of luck.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, like I said, I won one or two, and they were for small things.
Maybe she should buy some scratch-off tickets. Maybe that would be better.
She never wins at that.
I'll be darned.
It's so weird. She never wins at that, and we never win anything off the lottery. We always play the lottery. At least we buy one ticket for each little lottery to see. I mean, hell, if we win $1,000, it's fine.
Sure.
Whatever. Win our dollar back, whatever. But no, we never win. But yeah. So let's get into some TV, man. Like I've been watching some stuff on TV. It's an older show. My brother-in-law got me into called The 100. I don't know if you've watched it. Have you watched it?
I watched the first 2 episodes when it first came out.
Yeah, you stick with it because it's slow at first. Like, all right, basically what it is about a space station in space. That
imagine that.
Yeah, I know, right? That that was our vessel to escape from the world ending. The world had a nuclear fallout war, and everyone is dead that stayed, and everyone who went into the Ark is now alive, but they were running out of oxygen, and they needed to figure out what they had to do because they were in space for over 100 years.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Yeah, and so they decided to send their prisoners, which was and that's the other thing, is as long as you're underage, you don't get prosecuted for anything. But once you hit 18, you get executed. So anybody who was arrested, I'm not prosecuted for anything. Anybody who was arrested at the underage side got set in this jail, and then they decided to take those prisoners and send them to Earth to see if Earth was habitable. And well, lo and behold, they crashed. It is. So now,
Earth's run by prisoners.
Well, wait, no, it's just 100 people on the entire planet, right? But they found out that people have survived on Earth, and there's all this stuff going on. But you need to really sit back and watch this show, because I don't want to unravel too much for people who haven't seen it and who might be interested in it. But after about the 6th episode of the season 1, it starts getting really crazy. Oh. Like the twists and turns in the show are just out there. Like, I don't know where the things are going. Like, I'm in season 2, and it's just so weird and so awesome. Like, they're just all over the place. But it's such a good show. I enjoy watching it. So go ahead and check it out. There's that one, the 100. I recommend it. And I'm also, I haven't watched it yet. I'm getting ready to. The cartoon Big Mouth, season 3 came out.
I have no idea what Big Mouth is.
Okay. Big Mouth is a cartoon about kids going through puberty. Like, it's everything you remember as a child, but super, super over exaggerated. Like, these kids have they call them the hormone monsters. They're these monsters that come to help them through their puberty, and it's an hysterical, it's so funny show about stupid shit kids do, and it's done as a cartoon so they can get away with a whole lot of shit.
That sounds weird.
It is, but it's funny. It really is. Just take a peek at it, and you'll understand. Like I mean, it goes through hard times. Like, one of the girls the dad's going through a divorce and this and that, and they show that her hormones are getting crazy because she's dealing with that and going through puberty and this and that, and the kids fight with each other. And
is it really more of an adult cartoon?
Oh, 100%. You cannot a kid cannot watch this.
Okay, because I'm like,
I mean, they show
weird.
They show cartoon dick, and one of the kids is experimenting, so he's fucking a pillow.
Oh God, okay.
That's his girlfriend, and the pillow comes alive. He's like, "Hey, baby, where are you going?" And he's like, weird. "I had enough. I gotta go over here. You too much for me." And he's confused, so he runs into a sofa cushion, and then the sofa cushion's a dude. He's like, "What's up, dude? You wanna fool around?" He goes, "Yeah, fuck it. Come on." So he's confused. He doesn't know if he's gay or straight. It's dude, it's awesome. It's such a good show. It's so funny. It's from what I heard, this season really, really, really pushes it because the kids are getting older. Because it's unlike The Simpsons, they are actually aging the children. So this is they're getting older, so they're getting 13 to 16 range of puberty. So things are getting weird, and so yeah, they say they really push it on this one with teen sex and fucked up weird shit going on with the hormone monsters and all this crazy shit. It's funny. There's a retarded coach, the coach who fucking he's used to be
teacher?
The gym teacher. The gym teacher. He's so stupid, literally stupid. He's just doesn't understand anything at all. Oh God, he's my favorite character. He's so stupid. It's funny. But yeah, check it out, man. If you get a chance, just watch an episode or two. If you don't like it, it's fine. But I find it funny. I think it's one of those cartoons where that'll never fly anywhere else but on Netflix.
Right. It's weird how many. You go Saturday morning to turn the TV on, and there's only 2 or 3 channels showing cartoons, and it's usually a marathon of SpongeBob. There are no good cartoons for kids anymore, but there's
No.
plenty of cartoons for adults.
Right. You know, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, my son loves cartoons. Like he'll watch, you know, like these Disney movies and the cartoon animated series and stuff that are on Netflix. He'll watch that all day. And I gotta watch him sometimes to make sure he's watching the right thing. I don't want him to like accidentally press, you know, big mouth and go, "Damn, look, it's a cartoon." No, you can't watch that.
Right.
You know?
That makes it harder for the parents.
Not really, because I have he has his own Netflix account,
Oh, okay.
like his own little tab that says, you know,
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he gets all the stuff on there is fine, like Ninja Turtles and, you know, things like that. I don't care what he watches on that. But if I'm watching something, I got to make sure he's not like watching me flip through stuff and picking that one, you know?
Speaking of weird things and kids, did you see the new crap that they did for I think it's Muppets. I think it's Muppets.
No.
The new Muppet. It might be Sesame Street. It's a fucking.
Oh,
puppet.
the
It's-
fucking Sesame Street thing with the drug abuse.
Yeah, why the fuck do you need that?
Like, to me, it's glorifying things, and you know, and look, I get kids will, you know, come in contact with that kind of stuff eventually in their life, like on TV,
Eventually.
and whatnot. Why put it in a fucking kid show? I truly don't understand that. And they did that recently again with like the homeless puppet, and I'm like, you know, guys, why are y'all doing that? It's dumb. I don't understand. Like, why does that need to be in Sesame Street?
Yeah, I mean, Sesame Street's been always a show for learning, you know, and I get that. But sometimes things that are learned need to come from the parents when it's appropriate, not in the everyday mainstream of a kid show. It doesn't need to be there. It
I
doesn't.
completely agree.
I mean, there has to be some sort of self-parental control over certain topics. I mean, I don't want, if I had a kid, I don't have kids, you do, but if I had a kid and I'm sitting here, I wouldn't want some child show telling me about how cool it is to be a certain sexual orientation.
Right.
I don't want that. If that's not the way I'm raising my kid, I don't want them to try to raise my kid.
Yes.
That needs to be a topic if it were to arise that we discuss, you know, and then yes, we can bring things into play like certain, you know, educational modules or whatever that you need to do with kids. But at that time, but he's 3, she's 5, you know, even whenever, they don't need to be exposed to the troubled life of a strung out Muppet.
Right, I don't understand that, man, and that's that's one of the reasons I turned off. Remember the cartoon Rocko's Modern Life?
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, okay. Well, they had a movie, and I was like, oh, cool. You know, I used to love watching that show. It was fun. You know, it wasn't a bad show. It was a good show. It was on Nickelodeon. You know, so they put a movie out, and I was like, okay. And then in the movie, one of the characters decided that it wanted to be a girl and it was a boy and all this other stuff. And I'm going, I don't need my kid watching that right now. He's only 3. You know, let him decide what he wants to do when he gets older. But right now, I don't want that shit in his brain, you know?
Right. And it's, you know,
of course it's his choice when he gets older. I don't care, but I'm just saying is like, I don't.
You don't need outside influences
on crazy shit.
And he doesn't need outside influences to differentiate, not to differentiate, wrong word, to take away from the way that you're raising him.
Correct. Yeah. I mean,
it is. It's you and Caitlin's responsibility and to raise the child the way you feel fit.
Right.
You know, and that's fine. That's what it's supposed to be. That's called being a parent, people.
Yeah.
You don't, you know, I don't want fucking Barney telling me how great it is for
I love you.
Yeah, for, you know, and making it all sexy. I don't need that shit. Apparently Barney's sexy. I don't know.
Yeah, Barney's like, I'd fuck me.
Put the dino lotion in the basket.
If my ass was a Chinese restaurant, I'd have the poo-poo platter.
Oh. Come on, some young guy.
Yes. Who flung poo? Wait, that's not good.
That's a different thing.
Yeah. I get it, dude. Trust me.
We just made that gross and weird. I apologize for anybody listening right now. That was really bizarre. But I mean that's fine. But for those couples out there who are same partner marriages or same partner people,
right,
and that you have adopted a child, I think it's great. I mean, let them understand the way your family dynamic works, and this is what it is, and this was our choice. But I really think it's mainly let them make their choices.
Give them the choice that you had.
Yeah, let them be a kid. Don't let them be a confused prepubescent child, because that creates a lot of frustration, a lot of animosity, and a lot of bitterness that you're going to have to deal with in a big explosive way at some point in time. And I don't think it's healthy.
I agree, man. I just
do you see how we just took a really fun show and then we got a serious point across?
We did.
Yeah. And in that serious point, we just made fun of gay Chinese things. I don't understand how that happened.
And a purple dinosaur.
And a purple dinosaur. And we apologize. If you take offense to that, we apologize.
Yes, for any purple dinosaurs out there, we're not racist against you, I promise.
Right, absolutely not. And but as you know, the show is an equal opportunity offender. So
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. So fuck you, He-Man. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's our show, man. What a way to end it, man. That was pretty
big
crazy.
way.
Yeah. Next Tuesday, which this is not gonna add. This makes no sense. Remember, it's October 13th today, but next Tuesday we'll be going to see the Jay and Silent Bob movie. So that following should have some really cool stuff to talk about. So
very nice.
Just FYI. So all right, guys.
Pop, maybe you can get it signed.
Not at this one. It'll be at the one I believe in February or November, because they're coming. Okay. Jay and Silent Bob doing a row show with the movie, and they will be. This is just what's called a meetup, where they premiere the movie for a certain amount of people, and it's only for 2 days, and then they're going to do the road show for a couple months, and then the movie's going to officially come out for everybody.
Nice.
But when they come with the road show, there's like a meet and greet kind of talk, stuff like that. So I may do that. I mean, it's a little pricey. It's $40, but whatever. I've paid more for signatures than that.
Sure. But that's cool, man.
Well, cool, man. I hope your rest of your weekend is amazing.
I'm gonna try.
And I hope everyone out there had a great weekend. This weather outside is fucking amazing. It's nice and cool out here. I don't know how it is over there by you. It's hot. Nah, man, the weather. We got the temperature change over here. It's like in the 70s, so it feels nice.
It's 89 here.
That's not too bad. Not too bad. It could be 99.
Humid.
It could be 99.
It is. It's just really humid.
I hate that shit. But everybody, I hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you went and did all kind of cool shit like me and Rum did. I ate Chinese by myself. What's up?
Yeah. And don't forget, we've got a lot of stuff coming up for Halloween. We've got a special Halloween show coming just with us, and then we have a special pre-Halloween drop where you get to be the detective and figure out the clues in the music.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool. The Halloween show, but me and Rum will be dropping on Halloween Day, and the special will be dropping on the 24th, I think it was. So so be out, check it out, guys. And thank you guys for joining us. I was your host, Wayne,
and I am the Rum Guy.
He is the Rum Guy. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to keep it metal.
Okay then. That's it. Get the fuck